Welcome back, lads, to another Monster Hunter Rise video. Today we're going to be looking at my almost close to 250 hours of playtime character. Yes, I know it's a little bit of clickbait, as the title might suggest, but I am only 3.5 hours away from 250 hours. But what I'm going to do is every single, let's say, I think every 250 hours of playtime I play of this game, I'm going to do another video of something like this, just doing an overview of what I've got, what I haven't got, what I'm playing, how I'm enjoying the game, how the game is, you know, just how everything is all together. But yes, as you can see, I'm level 191 HR right now as it stands, with 246 hours of playing time. Let's dive in, let's see what I've achieved, and let's see what I have got at the moment. Before we kick things off with my build sets, I like to say I've only played 10 hours of the 3.0 update, and I've completed every single mission there is to offer so far. And to be honest, I am very happy with the content they added. I think it's very, very challenging, and it's the most hard content they have added into this game so far by a long shot. And I do hope the content like this does carry on how it is right now, because it is very challenging, and that's how I like to play Monster Hunter. Yes, I rage, but that's just how I actually like to play, and that's just how the game should be, in my opinion. It should be an easy starting point, but then right at the end of the base game of Monster Hunter, as it is right now, I think it is pretty difficult, and I'm very happy with it. So let's dive into some builds. If there is one of these builds which stands out to you, just let me know, and I will try my best to put it in the comment section below for you. But here we go. I'm going to quickly just scan through these really quickly, just so I'm not taking up tons of you guys' time. So we've got the Nagaruga, Tiger X, Mirage Sword, all being, let's say, the meta OP weapons with the most damage. As you can see right now, I made a nice fun blast build with the Imperial Shimmer, which is the Teostra Longsword, 2 nice ice longswords, a fire one, a thunder one, water, and a dragon one. Then we've got a couple of hammers, a couple of sword and shields, a few savagery charge blade builds, one Unga Bunga charge blades, actually 2 Unga Bunga charge blades actually, and tons and tons of dual blade builds, a couple of switch axe, a few greatsword builds, and then once again tons of bow builds, as you can see. That is the end of my showcase of my builds. There is 42 presets, and I haven't even touched bow gun, heavy bow gun, so I'm going to be diving into them weapons very, very soon, and definitely the insect glaive. But as it stands right now, I haven't even had the chance to make these weapons because I've been so tied up making these builds, and I've been really enjoying some of these weapons. Oh, I think my game's actually frozen, I apologize. But yeah, no, obviously this is the whole point of the game. I didn't want to be just situated on one weapon, but it did end up with me only using a few. So if you're like me, yeah, you do get tied down, and that's just how it is. Moving on to my layered armor sets. If there's any of these will stand out to you as well, just give me a shout in the comment section below. I will try and show these off to you properly. But here are just a few I've made so far. I've only got 14 of them. Some of them are really nice, and some of them are just like meh. But some of you guys might like them, or it might inspire you to make some of your own sets. But at the moment, I've only got 14. Yeah, 14. So here they go. Moving on to quest completion, and I've cleared all of these village quests, 1 star all the way up to 6. There isn't any real challenge, in my opinion, on the village quests if you are somewhat experienced at the game. I think the hardest mission, actually not the hardest mission in this section, is these 3. I did have trouble with these 3 when I did first get the mission, but that's when I only really started getting back into Monster Hunter. I don't think it will be that difficult for me now. But yeah, this is definitely the hardest mission at the moment on the village section. If I just scroll over, I go to the gathering hub real quickly. I've cleared all of the... Oh, that's the wrong person. I've cleared all of the low rank 1 to 3 stars and all of the high rank 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 stars. That includes the advanced last mission, those crown apexes. This is by far the hardest mission in the game, in my opinion. Then it goes either Diablos Apex or Apex Zenoga, and then Apex Mitsuzune. That's how I would rank the hardest missions in the game. Definitely look out for them. The others are somewhat difficult. The Valstrax one can be a bit difficult because if you haven't fought Valstrax like me, learning his moveset was a pain, but now I'm quite used to him. He's not too bad. But yeah, definitely look out for the Apex Diablos, the Zenoga, and definitely look out for this one. This is by far, like, it's disgusting. It took me half an hour with my housemate to clear, and trust me, it's difficult. This is another one which I actually did on my own. In the new region, the Infernal Springs. It's a really nice zone, really nice aesthetic. And I did all this without dying, so I'm really pleased and chuffed for myself there. Hopefully I can clear these 3 solos soon on my own, but at the moment I'm not even going to attempt it. Moving on to my arena quests. I've cleared all of the arena quests at least once just to get the tick, but so obviously only 1 there, 1 weapon there, 3 there, 3 there, 1 there. And challenge quest, I actually still haven't done that one. That's the only mission I haven't done in the game so far. And actually, if I'm not wrong, I actually might be wrong there. It could be another challenge quest over here as well, event quest. Oh yeah, I apologise. I've still got 2 Ds, 3 event quests, which I haven't done. But apart from that, I've done every single mission in the game. So I thought, lads, I would end the video on me hunting a Crimson Glow Valstrax. I've only killed like 5 of him now, and damn, he's such a cool monster. But Jesus Christ, I still don't know his moveset completely to a T. As you're going to see in this video, it's about a 12-minute hunt, but I do skip the boring intermission parts where I'm running between zones. But yeah, in all, I think definitely the 3.0 update has revitalized the game for so many people. Definitely me. As I said, as I already mentioned, I've only played 10 hours of it so far, so I guess maybe that's not enough time for me to give a proper verdict, but because I have completed every single mission in the game, I think it does still give me a valid opinion on the fact that I think I know what the end game is going to be like. And since they have added a few more monsters into the game, and they've adjusted some of the talisman issues and some other bug-related problems that was in the game, I think the end game right now, as it stands, in my opinion, and I don't care, like, this is my opinion, is 100% better than base end game world. And so many people might disagree with me, but I know a lot of people in the Monster Hunter community definitely believe me as well. Like, there's so many more monsters to hunt than there was in world, just because they didn't add as many monsters as they did in the 2.0 update. People are getting a bit butthurt, shall we say. But honestly, I think the dev team did well on this update, even though some of this stuff could be argued that it should have been in the, let's say, base game as it was anyway, and as 1.0. Regardless, I think the way they've done it actually has benefited them and just allowed everyone to have a surge of content released for the last couple of months since Rise has been released. Like, at the end of the day, people are going to complain. Like, I'm one to complain at games when they're not doing a good job. And to be honest with you, I'm not being biased because I like Monster Hunter. I think the dev team have done really well with what they've done so far. And yes, there can be and there should be improvements to the game, which I'm pretty sure they're on. And obviously, no game's going to be perfect. But as it stands right now, for a base Monster Hunter game, in my opinion, honestly, it's actually very close to a 10 out of 10 for me. Especially from someone who comes from, let's say, a PSP standpoint of playing Monster Hunter. I used to play Freedom Unite back in the day. That was my first Monster Hunter. Even though it wasn't one of the like proper OG ones, it still was up there as one of the longest running, biggest selling Monster Hunter games back in the day. And I think my opinion has some worth. I like to think it does. But regardless, I do think, yeah, I think if the content is released like this in the future, I think people are going to be very happy with the game. But I also think people shouldn't expect as much content to be dropped in the future as it has been recently, because, like I said, there was not as many monsters in this game, and the dev team of that Monster Hunter is a lot different to this dev team, so it is really hard to compare the two. But I do like to compare the two because everyone likes to compare Monster Hunter World with Monster Hunter Rise at the moment. And honestly, personally, yeah, the game in general, in comparison to Monster Hunter World, I think in terms of content-wise, this game is by far superior, and you can't... Oh, get knocked out there. You definitely can't change my mind there, because end of the day, World did not have, like I said, this many monsters in after 2 updates, and it took them, I think, over 2 months to release even the first update. I also do believe that update was Devil Joe, and I actually started doing YouTube back in the day then on Monster Hunter World as my first game to upload videos for. And yeah, I remember it was definitely Devil Joe, and then it was Cole Tarav. I actually stopped playing on Cole Tarav for a long time because the game just wasn't releasing any sort of content. So as long as Rise releases something steadily, I'll be happy, because there is still more of an influx of content than it was in comparison to World. But anyway, these are my opinions. I probably repeated myself more than one time in this video, but I really wanted to get my point across, and I think the dev team of Monster Hunter Rise is doing pretty good, and I hope they release some content in the future at a reasonable pace, and I think the community will be more than happy to oblige with playing your game. But that's enough from me to speak in absolute rubbish in you guys' ears for over 10 minutes now. Enjoy the rest of this hunt. It wasn't the prettiest, but nevertheless, enjoy me getting beaten up. And guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.
I'll put this to good use.